Thank you for choosing Sigma Tax Pro. Today, we're taking a look at Taxwise software, a fast, form-based solution built for tax professionals who value speed, accuracy, and direct access to IRS and state forms. In this walkthrough, I'll show you how the software works and highlight important features to help your tax preparation process from start to finish. When your software is released, this is how the email format is going to look like when it's sent to you. The red box in the email is basically the software direct link, and in order for you to log into the software, you're going to use the credentials highlighted in the video. After making sure that we input all the credentials and checking the box in the bottom, we will be clicking on Login. Now that we've logged in, we have a variety of options in front of us, such as starting a new tax return, opening an existing return, or opening the return list by clicking on Tax Returns on the top. Now let's take a look at how we're going to start our tax return. For starters, we're going to click on New Return. After that, a prompt is going to pop up asking you to choose the type of return and to put the Social Security or the EIN based on the type you chose. In the web version of the software, you got individual tax returns, 1120S and 1065. We're going to be focusing on creating individual tax returns in this video. The next thing is to put the Social Security number, and then choose between starting the tax return in an interview mode or forms mode. We will be going with the forms mode for now, as we will be covering the interview mode later in this video. As you can see, when starting the tax return in Forms view, the first thing you see is the main information sheet, as well as the form tree on the left side, and you can navigate and move between forms by clicking on one of the forms in the form tree. That's actually one of many things that makes the tax preparation on this software feel so fast and easy. For example, the main information sheet here holds all the taxpayers' most important data, such as their full name, home address, phone number, and ID like their driver's license. These data are going to be carried forward on any other form you add after that, so you don't have to put everything all over again. For instance, we got the filing status here, which plays a huge role in changing numbers and credits on the return like the child tax credit, earned income credit, and deductions like the standard deduction. Going through with the form, you will also find the dependents part, which will let you add all the dependents' information. And based on it, the software will determine for you if they are eligible to claim any credits or not. Scrolling nearly to the bottom of the form, you will find the state and bank product information, and to add a state return, make sure to put the abbreviation of the state in the one of the boxes that determines the taxpayer's residency status. As for bank products, if you're not using a bank product, keep the return marked as e-file only, which means the IRS will be sending the full refund to the taxpayer directly when the return gets funded. In this case, you will need to collect your preparation fees up front, but if you're using bank products, make sure to check the box for bank products and choose the bank you're enrolled with, and this will allow the bank to send you the preparation fees you put in the return. And as you can see, after checking both of the state and bank product, their forms got added to the forms tree on the left side. Scrolling further down, you will see bank account information, where you will be putting your taxpayer's account and routing number if you were provided with them, so that when the return gets funded, the refund goes directly to your taxpayer's account. Beneath the bank account part, you will see the place where you will enter the identity verification, such as the state ID or driver's license, and at the bottom of it, we will be able to see the identity protection PIN, which is mainly put here to prevent the return from getting e-filed by someone else. Moving to the last two parts in the main information sheet, we're going to be able to see third-party designee section, which asks you if you want to allow someone else to discuss this return with the IRS. Beneath it, there's the preparer information section, which holds the name and PTIN and other information of the preparer who created this tax return. Now it's time to try adding some forms on the return, and to do that, we will be clicking on the plus sign on the left-hand side and then search for the form we're trying to add. For example, here, we're going to add a W-2. When the form is opened, you will notice that it's also added on the forms tree. Next, we're basically going to put the income information on the W-2. What we're going through next is the interview mode, which displays an easier and simpler interface for you to deal with, as each tab on the left holds different layers of information, and it also asks you questions, and based on your answers, the software is going to determine and add income and deduction forms for you. But to fill these forms out, you will need to switch back to the Forms view. Next, and most importantly, is how we are going to e-file out tax return, and to do that, we will click on Diagnostics, which is basically the error-fixing system in the software. All the errors and missing data on the tax return is going to be showing as red hyperlinks. And if we clicked on one of these links, it will navigate you to the field that has the missing data so you can fix it. Upon fixing all the errors in the diagnostics, an e-file button is going to appear in the highlighted box. After clicking on it, we will go ahead and click on e-filing on the top of the screen and transmit the return to the IRS. One of the great features in the software, and also free of charge, is the electronic signatures. And for it to work, we need to make sure the taxpayer's email address and phone number are added within the main information sheet, as they are needed so we can send the signature request through them. From all the information we will be putting so far, there's a great feature that will be saving your time from inputting some of the information on the return called Return Templates, which helps save information on a template, and this template will be applied on all the newly created tax returns. This feature will be found by clicking on your username on the top right corner, then clicking on Settings, then click on Return Templates. You will be navigated to a list, and to add your template, click on Add New Template, then add the name and the description of that template, and click on Create Template. After it's added, click on the pen icon as highlighted here to edit the template. The yellow background indicates that you're editing a return template and that any changes made on that template is going to affect your newly created tax return. A couple of examples on what we can put in the return templates, as these input will rarely change on a tax return, are the ERO signature PIN and their third-party designee, as well as the preparer information at the bottom of the main information sheet. Another thing you can add and save on the template is the price sheet, which you can design your fee quote to charge the taxpayer the fee you see fit. You can either add a flat fee on the 1040 line to charge the whole amount on one form, or you can distribute the fees on the forms in the list, and the total will be calculated automatically based on which form you added on the tax return. When you're finished editing the return templates, make sure to click on Assign to set it as a default to your login username, and then click Save and Close to save the template. The last important feature we will be discussing on the software is the mobile app, which allows your taxpayer to sign the return electronically, send you documents to save on your tax return, and add their basic information so you can pull on the tax return. And to access it, we will be clicking on Co-brand Mobile App. Then we will be going through a couple of phases to set it up. First phase, we will be adding our company information and design how our mobile app link will look like. This link is what you will be sharing with your taxpayers so they can access your mobile app. The second phase is adding the logo that will be displayed on your mobile app site. The third is optional, as you can put a breakdown of the fees so that your taxpayer can check how much fees he's getting charged. The fourth is for you to put an explanation and quick introduction about your company for your taxpayers. The fifth and the last is to check the colors and how your mobile app site will look like by the end of the design. The moment you're finished, make sure to click on Create Mobile App Site. Lastly, to pull any client signature or document that was made by your taxpayer to your return, click on Mobile Returns, and in this list, you will find all the clients who opened and created an account for themselves on your mobile app. And to check the documents that was sent to you, open the tax return related to that taxpayer and click on the Vault icon, as this is the place where all documents are getting saved in the return. Now that you've reached the end of this video, We truly appreciate your time and patience and are looking forward into working with you. And as always, thank you for choosing Sigma Tax Pro.